Greetings. Greetings and greetings. I'll say greetings as long as my Streamlab, the stream thingy on YouTube says that I'm actually online. There we are. Greetings, everyone. It's me again, Eshkova from Blood Moon Pictures. Welcome back. Oh, did I send out the link? I did. Nice. This was weird. Okay, that was really awkward because you were able to see stuff that we were not supposed to see, but it didn't tell you anything crucial, so never mind. But yeah, a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes there, how this is supposed to work. Oh,
well met.
I can turn on this. Oh yeah, I'm at the Scarlet Raven Tavern, and I've bought the Stormwind seasoning herbs and a lean wolf flank. Were you able to find 10 lean wolf flanks yet? How are the herbs from Felicia and Stormwind? Sure. Very nice work, Klinatu. And no, very nice work. Oh, yeah, okay. Enjoy the delicacy known as seasoned wolf kebab.
For the Alliance.
And I am honored with Stormwind now. Nice. And I got the recipe, which I cannot learn yet, but I will at some point. But either way, first off, I wanted to tell you guys that I will try, for everyone who saw the title, I will try to get into the stockades today. So I'll be on the lookout for groups. But if that doesn't do it, I will keep on questing in here in Duskwood. Oh, and I got no one bought my light feather. Also, next week actually will be the release of patch 8.3 from World of Warcraft retail. Isn't this as well retail as well technically? Either way. Okay, I got all the wolves. 8-legged megas. Where's the pygmy venom web spider? Okay, I will search this up because pygmy venom web spider vanilla, because I can't freaking find it. Really? It tells me it's like in all the places I've already been, but I haven't seen one. Huh, weird. Either way, but yeah, patch 8.3 Visions of N'Zoth will be released on Tuesday next week. So, for the foreseeable future, I will make a pause on Classic. And Classic is always has always been just like a calming side project. It never was meant to be like a big main thing on my channel. So, but yeah, I really like it. It's like calming down on the end of the week with a nice stream with you guys, and also I didn't have to worry about too much about like last content of the week, because sometimes if I have anything else that's more interesting or something cool I want to show you, I'll show you that, like something that's in my mind better than the calming down at the end of the week with World of Warcraft Classic. But so far I really liked it and it's pretty up there. So yeah, but next week I will fill this slot with actually streaming retail World of Warcraft, continuing the actual story which will be the lead up to the end of the entire thing of Battle for Azeroth, which I'm kind of curious about how this will all turn out, especially now that we know. I should turn on that aspect, especially now that we know where it will lead. So we'll see. Again, I don't want to get into the entire talk again about me not liking the way they promote the next expansion a bit too early in my point of view, for my taste anyway. I mean, I was excited all about it, and you saw me in the stream like, oh yeah, I want to know. But I know, it's... For me, it's still a little bit like... I kind of would have liked to end out the current expansion first before getting all hyped up for the next expansion. Because now it's just like, well, you're waiting for the next expansion now, so the end of this expansion, we kind of can slack off a little because you're all hyped for the thing that happens after anyway. I don't know. Really don't like it too much. But it has been going, like, I don't know, Battle for Azeroth felt like it has been going on for not as long as some others. Turn from Patreon. Oh, no. I know, usually as far as I felt how it was always a case of like that the expansion was going on and like almost like 3/4 to half a year after the last patch launched. We had like a dead phase of the last patch and all that content to explore, where no more content updates came. Pick me. There they are. How did I miss you all this time? Oh my god. And then it's like, okay, now we have and now we just like gear up and prepare for the last thing. And I don't know when. Wow, 2 gray items. I don't know when Shadowlands will launch time-wise. I don't think a release date is even out yet, which is entirely fine. We still haven't finished the expansion we are currently in. So, I don't know. There's like a little bit of yeah, the last patch wasn't even out yet, and we already got to see what the next expansion will be about and how the gameplay will look and everything. I mean, sure enough, they have to like get the hype up good enough, but I know it feels like the hype for Shadowlands, even though they will try to like make it better than Battle for Azeroth has been perceived, but like Battle for Azeroth and Legion were both really hyped. Like you could feel the hype on the streets, and
I need a target.
For someone who's like all about spoilers and avoiding them, no, all about avoiding spoilers, even like I force my friends to avoid spoilers. It was hard because back then one of my friends wasn't on the current state of World of Warcraft, and I wanted them to experience it in chronological order like we did. And they were like far behind. They were like in Wrath of the Lich King era at the time. On their like how they experienced the story, and sure they made it like way faster than we did because they didn't have to like have like hours and hours of leveling just in order to get a little tidbit of the progression of the story and stuff like that. But they were kind of lazy on the catching up part. But either way, there was that, and then we came across like a banner of Legion with like Illidan in the front of it, and a few spoilers all around, and like, well, that Illidan is coming back as like is supposed to be like a big surprise, because we thought he was like dead for like a couple of years, and so I was like, avoid your eye, no, avoid it, go around that way, or we can walk this way. This is yeah. So, and yeah, now with and like you could feel the hype literally on the streets and in the like gaming places all around the world, like shops and stuff. But I mean, maybe it's just because it hasn't been that long after announcement, just a couple of months. I mean, sure, it's still kind of like, you know. How much was it ago? 2 months? 3 months? About-ish? I think 2 months. About 2-ish months. And to be entirely honest, so far you cannot feel the hype. Like, even online, on the few pages where I am, I try to avoid spoilers from the beta testers and the leaking and the data mining and stuff like that.
Hello.
Hello, Lars. Oh, good. You thinned out the pack quite a bit, and without those wolves nipping at our heels, we can bind our minds to dealing with Morbid Fell. Here, take some of these flash bundles. They make them in town. And a lot have been donated to Sven to help with his cause.
Safe travels.
Sure. Thank you. And now I can't accept any more quests from you two. Fair enough. Finally have a new helpy item. Either way, yeah, so far I can't feel the hype. I mean, sure, it's like the first expansion where literally everything that came before does not matter at all. Well, not matter, but like it's not old lore we revisited. There's like no big characters we finally meet in game and stuff like that. I mean, sure, Mists of Pandaria was similar like that, but Mists of Pandaria still, yeah, Mists of Pandaria was similar like that. Like Mists of Pandaria, the only like thing we had to got our hype going was the Easter eggs in the lore, Easter eggs in Warcraft 3, the campaign with Rexxar. And so they actually adapted that into the canon lore, which to me it was never not canon that Stormstad was there. It was always just like a okay. Why isn't this showing up again? But yeah, so, but Shadowlands, I mean, sure, we always got like these hints of the Shadowlands being like a dark place, and they always looked like a mirror image of Azeroth, like from all the quests where we visited the Shadowlands, or like a specter of the Shadowlands, or glimpse, or whatever. It always looked like a mirror image of Azeroth, just darker and spookier and stuff like that. So, and now they made it like an entire different dimensional world, like an entire different dimension, but not like a dimension like the like technically the elemental planes are also, and like the Emerald Dream are also kinda like other dimensions, but they're all tied to Azeroth as far as we know. I mean, they could expand on the Emerald Dream and say it's not only a blueprint from Azeroth, it's connected to the life aspect as well, and there's like a whole universe we haven't experienced beyond that, like the Emerald Dream we know it as is basically just the Azeroth part as the Emerald Dream. That could be a thing that they could expand upon, and we only knew about that part and never considered that there was anything else, so that might be a part they do in the future. And similar with the Shadowlands, maybe, I don't know, like the old parts that we met from the Shadowlands, like the ones that were basically a mirror image of Azeroth, or like the realm we're in when we're actually dead and try to find our body or bring our spirit back to our body. Like, what is that all about? How does that play into the Shadowlands? Is that like our side, and we like our souls are there and they still need to get transported through this rift into the Shadowlands, and there's actually like an I don't know. I have no idea. I'm really curious to how all of that ties into the lore we already know and like things we already had. And I so hope that we actually have like a different, like at least a little tweak to the death mechanic. Like oh, you're webbed. Oh, there you go. Like, for example, in Battle for Azeroth, we had, like, except for the spirit healers, we had Bwonsamdi in the Zendalari regions. And maybe we have, like a little bit more in the Shadowlands, because those are the Shadowlands. We're supposed to be in the Shadowlands, or, like, a realm with a purely deeper connection to the Shadowlands than when we die and run around as a ghost. How does that translate over to the Shadowlands? Like, when I am in the Shadowlands leveling and I die, what happens? Or what happens lore-wise if a character dies in the Shadowlands? And maybe they will put a twist around it, like, you are a living creature in the Shadowlands. Like, a creature considered still being alive in that sort. So, maybe we are technically unable to die in the Shadowlands. Like, we have such a, like, we are still filled with anima and still, like, retain our anima or whatever. And we basically use that in order to not lose our connection to the body, and no, they're all gone again. And that's like the way we actually get back to life. Like, we use our anima and have like a special ability to, I don't know, teleport back to our corpse or whatever. And or it's like they change the death system altogether. Like, it could be just like a little lore tidbit that the characters are like, huh, so, well, technically the anima is still connected to you, so, and you have your body here in this realm, so technically you can be immortal if you try hard enough. And sure, gameplay mechanic a bit more explained in lore, and I so hate that I triggered this green recluse here as well. But we'll see what they do. I would be a little bit disappointed if they actually just do nothing at all. Just like, yeah, same death system, not even like a word from any lore character or not even the ghost healers about it. It's just the normal ghost healers, spirit healers, not ghost healers, spirit healers that revive you. Maybe it's just like a Curian instead of a ghost spirit healer, even though they're kind of the same thing, more or less. Maybe it's just like a Curian, and they're like, oh, well, we still need you, so get back to life already. That would be like the minimum I would expect. Oh, come on, I need one more pygmy spider. Venom, rabbit dire. Pygmy, there we have one. So, yeah. That's like, at least what I hope. That's like the only thing I really hope for in that expansion. From the other stuff, I just have seen so much already that I'm like really curious about to see and experience. Like the I will definitely go for the vampire cult thingy, the vampire coven. I forgot their name. At least with one of my characters, and I kind of want to have a character for each covenant, because they all have like a different end game story. Similar, like the entire level experience for Horde and Alliance was different. But I might do that after my main reached the max level, because in the next expansion you have actually better access to leveling, like a better, faster leveling experience or whatever when you once you hit max level with one of our characters. And another thing I'm kind of curious about is they changed the entire level spectrum. Like, it's back to level 60. And the new expansion starts at level 50. That's something I'm really confused about. Also, I finally gave in. I was being so tired the last couple of days that I finally gave in and bought myself an energy drink just in order to boost my energy up. And, like, be awake over the day so that I can sleep properly and get proper rest in the night so I can be awake in the day. So, like, just like a little kickstart for my system to function properly again. Maybe it will work, maybe it has no effect whatsoever. But I did by choice chose an energy drink with actual sugar in it, because sweeteners and like energy without sugar is actually worse than with sugar.
What can I do for you?
Ah, you're back, and not too much worse for wear, it seems. Of course, Clanato, the Night Watch is grateful for your work, and I did promise your reward. So, here, take this. You can't use it, but...
Be careful.
I don't know, sell it for money or whatever. Either way, and the point I'm getting that at... Ring Ghost have threat to Abercrombie... Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, well, I think I'll go to the farm first and then deliver the ghost thread. But yeah, either way, if you like drink something with caffeine, it's always good that you get some carbs in it as well, because caffeine doesn't give you fuel energy. It gives you like a spark in order to, like, you're more energetic, but you also burn, because of that you rely on more carbs to burn in order to like sustain the energy and in order to keep the energy going. Otherwise, it's just like driving very fast with overpower. Like you waste way more fuel than you normally do. And the fuel in this case are carbs, because that's what the energy, what we use to make energy. Carbs. Was there something else? Yeah, it was carbs. I think it was only. I think it was only carbs, but of course you need to do a lot more to actually function. But yeah, like, and because of that, energy without sugar is worse than energy with sugar. I mean, sugar, like refined sugar in any food is 80 to 90%, 80 to 90% possibly not healthy. It's healthier than no sugar at all. That's to be clear. Refined sugar is better than no sugar at all, because the human body still needs carbs and sugar. Like, I think sugar in specific even has like a specific thing that only sugar is good for. I think it was about the brain and brain function, which is why they tell you to eat bananas in order to pump up your brain, because of the fruit sugar that's in there. But fruit sugar is always better than refined sugar. But also, as with anything you can put into your body, you need to find the right amount. You actually need to find the right amount. You're not supposed to eat too much in any direction, because that is unhealthy. Even if you have like fruit and vegetables. If you eat too much fruit and vegetables, you can die from that as well. Like, there was like apple poisoning. Apple poisoning is an actual thing where you like eat like a person ate like, I don't know, 10 apples a day or something like that, and they died because they ate too much apples. Not because they were lacking anything else, but because they poisoned themselves with eating too much apples. I don't know which things exactly caused it, but yeah. You always have a good balance. Balance is the key, as Thanos said. So, family descended. When I returned, I saw a sheriff. If you can find the sheriff, we're very grateful. The hiding spot is behind the old stump near my barn. Southeast. So, southeast. So Sven's farm could be this place. Oh, wasn't this, wait. Oh, no, wrong button. Jorgen's farm. So it's supposedly over there. Because Jorgen's farmstead is here, so I guess it's here. Here's the ogre place, so I guess it's there. Because it is southeast from there. Rotting orchard? It might also be the rotting orchard. We'll see. Oh, Wolfie. We'll see. But yeah. And yeah, Diego, come follow me. We have no time playing with Wolfies right now. So yeah, I'm not saying that sugar is a wonderful thing and you should ingest as much as possible. That is not what I'm saying. It's just you need the right amount. And worse than no sugar or refined sugar is sweetener, because sweetener has no carbs whatsoever, but tells your body, giving you carbs, because of the sweetness and like the chemical whatever is in in the sweeteners. It always tells your body, now carbs are coming. You can burn more carbs because we get a refill. And the body is then like, okay, burn some carbs or like whatever, make the factories ready to save carbs in order we don't, in case we don't burn them fast enough or whatever. And then nothing comes, and the body's like, well, we have to do something now. And it's either that your body starts saving other things, which end up in weight gain, or other not so good stuff. Or when you do eat carbs, like with it or in any other shape or form, they get actually saved quicker. So sweeteners are just bad in every way. Like they have no, like unless like you have like diabetes or something. Like if you have diabetes, sure, then it's a good thing. Then it's like a good substitute if you want to taste something sweet or whatever. But in case of like normal eaters, like healthy people, like healthy or semi-healthy people, there's the barn, the addled steed. It's like, can it be like Swinsteed somewhere? I don't see a stump. There's a stump, but it's a bit far away. Weird. But either way, yeah, sweetener just tricks your body and does more harm than good unless... Well, yeah, it does more harm than good. Because, yeah, when you have diabetes, you need sweetener, except for sugar, if you really want to have something sweet in your tummy or whatever. Or it needs sweetness in order to, like, fight soreness or bitterness or whatever. Then you have to use sweetener. Because you can't use normal carbon-based sugar. Every sugar's carbon-based, but you know what I mean. Okay, Diego, I would very appreciate if you could hold aggro. This mob is 2 levels above us. But yeah. It's like whole mess. So like if you want to like reduce sugar but don't like reduce carbs by reducing sugar or whatever, I think it's not here. I used to work one of the farms to the southeast. When I return, great. Near my barn. So this is the barn. There's no stump nearby the barn. So it's not here. Like there's only one actual stump. But there's nothing there. Unless it despawned because someone, it didn't respawn yet and someone else got it. I'll check again. Doesn't seem like it. Wait, but yeah. And yeah, the energy, like there was other energy drinks with 0 sugar. And those are just like, well, if you don't get the sugar from the energy drink, and you will need the sugar in order to upkeep the energy, and like it's like, I don't know how to explain it well enough, but it is like a fuel thing. Like you press the gas quicker and like do more stuff and try to do more stuff or whatever, but you don't have the fuel that gets burned You don't have the fuel that gets burned. And you need the fuel that is getting burnt. Because you just run out of fuel faster if you don't. That's why I chose my energy to be with sugar. Of course, you should, as with every thing that affects your body, like with caffeine and alcohol and whatever, you should always know your limits. You should always like limit your consumption to a minimum, actually, in order to stay healthy. Like, sure, if you are of age, you can handle a certain amount before it starts to get unhealthy for you in a manner. Like, I think, like, to me, from what I experience and what I know about alcohol, it's always unhealthy to ingest. But when you are of age, when your body is old enough to actually like work it out and everything, I think alcohol, like, only over like a specific amount, depending on how your body handles it, it doesn't leave like permanent negative effects on your body. I'm not entirely sure though about that. But either way, same with energy. If you are not of age, like, energy in Germany is 16 plus by now, and I think that is the correct way to go. I think that is totally right, because it was becoming a problem with the youth. Like, I saw some like really shady and bad things happening with energy with like 12-year-olds and stuff, which was really not nice. And like, also like their health issues because of that. And like, one person that was a friend of someone I know had the problem that they like drank a lot of energy because it was sweet, it was tasted good and whatnot, and it made them hyper. And the hyperness kind of let down after a while, so they drank more because they could drink more before they got too hyper. And it like built up the entire way. It built up the entire way, all the way until they had like a liter of energy each day. Which is insane. Like, especially for like 12 to 14-year-old, that is insanely unhealthy. You have no idea, especially back then where there weren't like the health restrictions on the energy products, because energy was still a new thing, and Germany is always like ages behind with actually testing and putting laws onto things that come new to the... Like, it's always like, yo, you can sell it for now, we're gonna test later, which is stupid for some things. And they don't do it with like pharmaceutics. Why do they I don't know. Either way, in the end, that person had like a lot of health issues with like shivering and concentration issues and like a lot of issues caused from that. I don't know all the details anymore. I ran too far. Just realized I'm talking too much. No, I in my mind. Oh yeah, I know. Now I remember why I wanted to go here first. I wanted to sell some stuff.
Hey
I
there.
thought I messed it up, but I did. Okay. Yeah, I can sell the light feathers now. No one wanted to buy them. Spider silk, I don't. Spicy could be useful. Whoops.
See you around.
But yeah. And that person, in the end, was like forced to never drink energy again because they had like a lot of heart and breathing issues as well from that, like like blood circulation issues and stuff like that. And they figured that without the caffeine and sugar intake from the energies, and there's a lot of sugar in energy, like compared to like other caffeine products. It's less now than it was like a couple of years ago, but it's still a lot. And the problem is, oh, I pressed the wrong button. The problem was with that person that they were like extremely tired, I would say. Like, not really tired. It was extremer than tiredness. They were like really like down all the time. They had like it caused them depression because they were always like so energyless. Like, not the drink, but the they had like no energy. They had like no willpower anymore. Basically, they had like almost like, and they were like always constantly fighting the urge to just fall asleep. And the doctor said, well, yeah, you kind of have to get through that now, because if we have waited any longer and you tried it then, and sure, we will help you medically with staying awake and all of that, because they had like fucked up their sleeping schedule as well. I don't want to go through all those Worgen. Oh well. They actually had like the danger that their body would collapse, either from too much overdosage of caffeine and sugar combination, or when they stopped taking it, they could collapse from the pure lack. An old history book? Begins a quest. Oh. Huh. And that would have ended like in them like basically falling asleep, but not sleeping, but actually into a coma. So yeah, they had that whole problem. Okay, there's a huge load of Worgen. There's a food crate. Huh. But yeah, that's all my stories. And oh, I forgot to set a skill point. I'm so silly. Unleash Fury. Now I can go to these next level. But yeah, that's all my information on energy. And I know I talked a lot of bad stuff about energy drinks, and I'm drinking one right now. But again, I'm like, I drink like, I don't know, how much is this? Like one package, 330 milliliter, like in half a year maximum. I really do not drink a lot. Like, I haven't drank an energy drink in, at the very least, 2 years. Because I only really drink them if I actually really extremely want to like get my being awake in order, like being more awake than I should, not than I should be, but like when I'm more tight than I should be, or like I have like an important thing that I have to stay awake for, stuff like that, then I might grab an energy drink. But, you know, like, for just pure taste and consumption reasons, I don't. And I know energy is most likely not the best way to go with that anyway, or as well, or whatever. But it's the cheapest and nicest tasting one. Like coffee, for example, does nothing to me. Because most of the time it just lacks the sugar. And I know, I think energy has like a fruity flavor to it most of the time. And this like fruity sourness is actually extremely helpful for me to refresh myself and like keep me awake. And no one's looking for people for the unless I missed it, but I'm actually trying to keep track of the chat and no one's looking for people for stockades. Oh my god, you are... I did not notice how fast I was losing health. Oh my god. I did... Wow. Those guys hit like trucks. Holy... Oh no, not another one, not another one. Diego... Oh no, that's a whole... It's an entire pack. Okay, I'm dead. Ouch! That didn't went like it that didn't went like I planned it. So Jorgen's farmstead is like the only one. Like I haven't really found the barn yet. That's what the so Jorgen I think is the one because I haven't seen anything around the barn, but I haven't had like enough opportunity to look closer to the barn or more around the barn. But yeah, what I wanted to say is like caffeine doesn't really affect my body that much, which is weird. Like a hot chocolate or is like the lowest caffeine drink I drank, for example. And I mean, hot chocolate, caffeine, huh? Yeah, chocolate, at least if it's like actual chocolate and not just like chocolate flavor. Which, yeah, if it's like actual chocolate in there, there's like a little bit of caffeine in there as well. Like cocoa has caffeine in it. Not as much as coffee. But still. Okay, there's no stump around this barn. And yes, I'm using my death. And also, like, yeah, look, here's like this up there. Is this like the vortex that pulls the souls into the Shadowlands as we know it, then? It looks lower quality than I remember it. Like, by far lower quality than I remember it. Huh. Or, like... There's a lot of questions I have. But yeah, there's no stump around... Like, those aren't really barns, per se, but... You always have to check, because even game makers make mistakes. Oh, we have... a stump over here. It is a little bit of a stretch. But we'll see. I will try Jorgenstead next. But yeah, interesting. I mean, like... Again, many food-based effects that are told are not really that effective on me. I don't know for the health things with the tea. Like, some of the tea things actually helped me. Like, some of the effects teas, some specific tea things have actually helped me. Like tea to help you clear out your cold or whatever. And I mean, sure, I know that teas are not magical potions, of course, but specific teas do have specific health positive health effects and actually help your body to heal and recover from stuff. Oh, I think it was at Jorgenstedt already. Oh, that's a magic shield. I was like, what was there? You think I was here already? No, I was there. Alsteed. There, Defias here as well. Defias Brotherhood is here as well. Huh. I'm curious why there's like such a big presence of Defias Brotherhood people in Duskwood like this. Like, I mean, if you consider how much like if you consider like the time you pass during leveling and the time has passed, like if you consider like I leveled and time has passed in the story, then technically Fincleave is already dead. So I'm kind of curious because Vanessa Fincleave had to basically rebuild the organization, I think. And also what I wanted to mention is this energy I drank today was the first energy ever where I think I felt the effect. Like, when I drank my first sip of the energy before the stream, I actually felt like becoming more awake than I was before. And it wasn't like... Oh, there it is, Sven's Revenge. There we have it. Oh no, this is really bad. Oh, Diego died. Frick. And I do... Yeah, I don't have... Frick! Damn, I can't wait until I have Feign Death. As soon as I have Feign Death, I can avoid these situations. Okay, damn, that was unexpected. But either way, yeah, I actually felt the effect. I drank a sip and I was like, oh, I hope this works. And after like 2 minutes or so, I was actually like, huh, I actually feel awake again. Like, not too awake, but awake enough to actually stream and talk and do stuff instead of just being here like, yeah, I think it's just an hour today. Like, yeah, I mean, again, if depending on how things go on about here, I may still keep it at an hour only. Because, well, depends really on how things go. Okay, so, food crate, is it there? Where is it? I think it's that stump over there. I really do not want to... Ah, damn it. I'm so sorry, Diego. I'm really freaking sorry. Please just don't... Oh, you're running into my direction. I thank you for that. I thank you for not running into, like, I don't know, a direction where it's actually unhealthy for Diego and me. Like, into a different mob group or something like that. I really would have hated that. now that we... Oh, thank goodness you'd run into my direction as well. Gotta love it when the mobs do as you please. It's over there, Sven's Revenge. So... There? So it's on the other side of that barn? It's supposed to be a stump here? Oh, there it is. Mound of loose dirt. Will it? Yeah, I will trigger you, damn it. But yeah. I mean, so far, I still can go for another half an hour without being, like, without feeling that it would be boring for you, because I've talked a lot. And I still want to, like, try, I'm gonna actually send out a looking for group thingy. Looking, Hunter looking for stockade group. Okay. Then let me quickly take this. Sven's Revenge, a mound of dirt is here, hastily piled up as if someone had need of hiding something, without much time to do so. I'll join level 24 DPS. Okay, Hoden. Invite. Digging through the mound, you find a small dirt-stained book. The book has no title, but it has information Sven would like to know. Huh. Okay, looking for damage, heal, and tank force. I know. Probably that's my probably like threw a few chances out of the window because people are like, oh, it's ooh shit. No. Double dot. I call it double dot. Double dot 3 is a perfectly fine, not cringy weeb smiley. And I say cringy weeb because I am partially a weeb myself. I enjoy some anime, and I do really enjoy some fighting anime and the music and like the pasting and stuff like that. And I did cosplay stuff in the past. I really enjoy looking at cosplays and photo shooting cosplays and stuff like that. And I do like a few things about the about the otaku culture, but there's one side of the otaku culture that is rightfully called cringy weeb stuff. Like, yeah. I don't mind the ooh smiley, but when it comes to like role playing out of nowhere, it is weird. I have nothing against role playing. I love Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, and even like without any gaming system behind it, just like for the sake of making a story or living through a story or stuff like that one of us made up, or just like going through a story that we develop while we go, whatever. I really enjoy stuff like that as well. And it's like, it's always weird where like it's not weird, it's interesting. It's really interesting where like some of the basics came from. Like role playing itself, I don't know if anyone knows where it came like the original came from, but it got like in a like gaming fashion, well, not computer games, but in like a fashion of like a group of adventurers going through a quest or something heroic or stuff like that. I think Dungeons and Dragons was like the start of it all, of like that tribe of roleplay or culture of roleplay or whatever. And I think the otaku culture was the start of the quote the more or less random roleplay where you just I don't know, just get into a chat room or into like a server or like just with friends, just like, yeah, you do your character and I do my character. The problem with that type of roleplay is that at least in my point of view, everyone has their own cup of tea. The problem I have with that type of roleplay is that mostly a lot of Mary Sue characters and a lot of like power or god emoting and stuff like that came from. And god emoting, if you don't know the term, is like you make an emote that kind of already decides like you describe an action that already decides like how successful your action is, and like nullifies your what? That gnome just killed a skeleton, and my quest counter went up. What? I was so confused. Oh, that's funny. Actually, yeah, let's walk a little through here because we still need ghoul teeth and some skeletons. But yeah, like, god emoting or power emoting is basically being unfair. Oh no, it's Hodin! Hi there, Hodin. I think he got the kill. Like, I think he killed one and we went through that. So, okay, yeah, but... Yeah, and it's like not giving the other player the chance to react appropriately. Or, like, just killing off someone else's character without giving them even the chance to avoid it. Or stuff like that. Or, like, NPCs or, like... Yeah, and that often leads to people designing their characters like basically godlike, not godlike as in like uber powerful actual gods, but like they always are right, or they always do the right thing, or they always defeat the enemies no matter what, and they are never in like a great peril and stuff like that. Like, it's like there's no like possibility for failure for those characters. So that is what a Mary Sue character is, or Gary Stu if you go into like gender specifics. I even call male Mary Sue characters because it's just like the word I know for it, and I don't want to like go into specific. I don't want to genderize that word. Okay, one sec. Slash invite Marthos. Does this work? Yes. Oh, nice. Invite Soma. Hey, nice. Hi, everyone. Either way, are you? Oh, you were frozen or like not pacified, but yeah. Now we just need a tank. Okie dokes. Tanks are always a pain in the butt to find. But yeah, so these roleplays from like just randomly approaching and just like there's no DM, there's no rules, there's no nothing, there's just like a bunch. It's basically just a two fanfiction, like a two multiple people fanfiction, and that always led into like weird, like I roleplay as, I don't know, Superman and or like a totally impossible to kill character, or I make my OC the impossible to kill character or stuff like that. And like the lack of rules and the lack of like controlled fairness, I think is what I'm trying to say, always led to types of role players or characters that I really dislike. Like, I met one role player who was like, we were in a group of like 3 to 4 people at the time, and that one role player, like, when her character, her character because the character was female, but when their character, like, did not win a fight or got hurt or like didn't achieve the right thing or made a bad call, like whenever their character did anything that wasn't perfectly helpful or perfect, she would always start complaining, like, you're just against me, and you don't accept my character and whatever. And on top of that, they also always complained whenever, like, other characters were in focus besides her character. Like, it wasn't even, like, a thing where I, like, focused on, like, another one's character for, like, half an hour or stuff like that. Or 10 minutes if they didn't came to a word. But it was, like, from another party member, that character was currently in the focus because their character had the right skill set and the right the right topics and everything to actually progress what they wanted to achieve. And it wasn't like in D&D campaign or something. There weren't like rules and actual skills in place. It was just like from the backstory of this character and stuff like that. And is anyone online who would like to help us as a tank in the stockades? Did now. Okay. So yeah, and like, I don't know. I really don't like. That was just like. It was frustrating and was really annoying, but I also kinda I kinda liked parts of their character from her character design standpoint out. Just parts of it, because at some points it was just like annoying to play with her, and some characteristics of like some annoying characteristics of that character were of that player were also in the character. So it wasn't 100% nice character, but it still liked some, and it still liked that person as a friend enough to say, yeah, I kind of want to keep you in our group and stuff like that. But that player was always like, I don't wanna. like,
Need help?
for example, again, when the focus was on a different person, they would always complain and be like, "Oh, you're not letting me play. You're just playing without me." And I gotta hang up and go away or whatever. And it was so annoying. You found what? Please let me see it. Oh wait, I want to read it myself first. I'm sorry. The terror of these past few weeks is almost more than I can bear, yet I feel that by writing down that which I've seen, I will somehow be comforted. So I do it, and it is the only comfort I have, these bleak days. It began with the finding of that cursed scythe in Roland's doom. Before the scythe, the terrors of this place seemed as tame as Northshire Valley. But ever since I found the haft of the scythe jutting from that pile of rubble in the mine and cursed me, pulled it free, Roland's doom became a place of vile death. After the scythe was freed, they came at us from everywhere, clawing from hidden holes at our feet and dropping upon us from silent perches above. Half our men fell in those first panicked minutes. The rest, included myself, tried to flee. As I ran, I saw so many of my brothers taken by tooth and claw, heard so many screams cut short or gurgled to silence. I can only guess why I survived that night. Have always been cautious, always quick to flinch from jabs and leap free of pitfalls. My nickname comes from this trait, so perhaps it was just that knack for caution that saved me. Or maybe it was the scythe I pulled from the rubble. It cannot be the scythe itself, for I lost it during my frantic flight. But if it was I who brought the worgen to Duskwood, then perhaps the worgen afforded me a rare courtesy. Curse them. After surviving the flight from Roland's doom, I hid within a barn owned by a man named Sven. I spent a few days in the barn, and such a horror lingered with me that I never once made myself known to Sven or his family. But from what I saw from my hiding place, I knew these farmers were quite decent folk. Had I stepped from my concealment, I think they would have taken me in. But trust is hard for me, harder still after that shock in the mine. So I remained hidden. Most of it is blank.
King's honor, friend.
You found what? Please let me see. Sven reads the book's pages, then slams it shut. That shadowy figure I saw was a witness to my family's death. There are questions I'd like to ask that man. If only I knew who he was. Complete the quest. I must know who was that skulker in the shadows I saw the night my family was killed. Please, Clanato, you have shown your resourcefulness. Please find that shadowy figure. I must learn what secrets he holds. I do not have clues that you do not already know, but here, take the book you found at my farm. Perhaps some of the townsfolk can link this book with its owner.
Light bless you.
Alright, I can try to tank. I'm not the greatest, but I can give it a shot. What do you think? Warrior. Okay, I can try that and out. I'm just a little concerned since we two are the bare minimum level. But I have had worse odds before. I seem like the most cautious person about letting hold and tank. I'm really not like doubting him. And he's not the best tank, he said himself, and he's like the bare minimum level with me together. I refrain from using the mother of all aggro Shadow Bolt. /4 looking for one more tank or damage for stockades. So yeah, either way, I totally forgot what I was talking about just now. I totally blanked. I read all that stuff. What did I talk about before? Oh yeah, the RP stuff. I kind of finished that topic by now. Again, like those are like, yeah. And then there's also like live action roleplay, and I think live action roleplay also came from like D&D circles and stuff like that. At least that's what I guess, because live action roleplay came from that. And also there's like therapeutic roleplay. And in case you're confused, yes, roleplay in the correct manner, like especially live action roleplay and roleplay where you like have actual like a social group of people, like when you're really social, like I think roleplay from person to person, like when you are in the same room or area, is the best for that. Can be therapeutic and is often even used in therapy sessions in order to therapy certain things, like from all things from like low self-esteem all the way to actual issues like panic attacks and stuff like that, or like traumas. I mean, sure, it's not an all heal and a heal it all, obviously, but it does help. It does help at the very least some people. And I myself had a lot of positive experiences with therapeutic roleplay. And funny enough, most of which not even like led by a professional therapist, but actually like just figuring out what type of roleplay can be therapeutic and trying to do it in that direction in the right way, but not with the not with the goal to be therapeutic, but with the keeping the possibility of it being therapeutic open. Like I was trying to bring in therapeutic elements, like typical therapeutic elements, into it, but not forced, not like direct. It wasn't like led by that. It was like normal roleplay, but if I can make positive therapy out of it, the better. And it worked. It worked a lot, which is really great. I'm not entirely sure about like... No, I know at least 2 people that also like experienced help this way with dealing with some problems and some issues. But I myself think I myself are like the biggest testament I know of that actually working, because I was able to come across a lot of problems, like especially insecurities and stuff like that, with roleplay. And not professional therapeutic roleplay, but roleplay that happened to be out of pure chance also therapeutic, because I tried to at least put it into like a slight direction into that. Like there were like some decisions I made in the roleplay and towards like the DM, or most of the time I was the DM, where it was like, okay, I want to add like this thing, even if I'm not comfortable with it mentally, 100%, but I want to add it in order to, like, therapy myself in a bit. Like, only, like, little bits that, like, change, like, just a bit of the RP itself. And it worked. Like, in my opinion, it worked wonders. Again, it's not an all heal. It's not a thing that you do and you get rid of all of your problems or whatever. But in my case, it was astounding how well it worked. And I didn't even realize until like recently when I was in actual therapy again, that how well it worked. And my therapist actually told me, like, wow, you are one of the rare cases where you basically accidentally therapied yourself successfully, or like not entirely successfully, but with a certain amount of success. Sure, I didn't cross the entire chasm yet at that point back then, but like on some things I got in a good way, and in the end, every kind of therapy is not someone healing you, but someone enabling you to heal yourself. Or to get better yourself. Because, like, most of the things that require therapy in order to get better are connected to you actually trying to get better. Like, you can't just accept, like, go to, like, it's hard, it's not a nice thing to say, I know, and it's probably, like, not a good thing to say to people who are at the bottom, because they will need therapy, and maybe, like, the start of the therapy sparks it that you actually work on getting better. But in therapy, when you are in therapy, a big portion of it is that you actually work on yourself, that you actually work on getting better. Like, you can't expect to, like, book therapy and just sit there and just, like, get healed from someone else. That's not going to happen. And yeah, so, like, the first step is always to make your own decision to go and get help. That is the first step, and that's a great step. Like, a lot of people are not able to do that step on their own, and they always will need help. Like, in my case, why is it so difficult to find DPS for stocks? No idea, dude. No idea. Okay, that is, I slew the fiend. That's good. And I'm not an expert on therapy, by far. I did not study it in school or whatever. All my experience, all my knowledge comes purely from experiencing it myself. And because of that, because I often got positive reinforcement from professionals, like, yes, you're right with that, and professionals actually told me this stuff and all of that, so that's where my experiences come from. Not only self-learning, but also professionals telling me. But since I'm not a professional myself, always take, when I say stuff about therapy and stuff like that, always take it with a tiny pinch of salt, with a tiny grain of salt, because I might word things incorrectly, and I might have the best of intentions and everything, but I might actually say something in a way that either I say it in a wrong way and that's why it comes across the wrong way, or you understand me in the wrong way or stuff like that. So I'm not someone who knows all the answers by far. Especially not in that regard. If I knew all the answers, I would be free of all problems instantly. But I'm not. So, and again, I'm not a professional. And I need to get back to the town for the night watch quest. Do you have any other green quests? No. Oh wait, I need to deliver the thread as well. That's what I wanted to do. But yeah, I am really certain about all the things I say that way, unless I tell you that I'm not certain. I'm mostly certain about those things. And those are my experiences and stuff I know. So it's always like, I actually believe what I say. But, and like, if there are other opinions, I try to voice them as well about such topics. But, for example, can I find an example right now? But, yeah, I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a know-it-all. I do not know everything. And I'm always trying to, like, when I talk about stuff like this and tell you those are my experiences, it's always like a great common experience. Like, every person who had therapy for a long time, or like has a professional intake on it, or is a professional themselves, have always told me the same things, and I'm just giving them across because I know that a lot of people do not know those things because they didn't got told things, or they fear it is different and are afraid to ask or stuff like that, because there's a big stigma about mental illnesses and stuff like that, which is bullshit. Like, mental illnesses can be just...
Good day to you.
Or are
See you later.
How are you? Just as trying and troubling and valid as, like, physical illnesses. So don't let anyone talk you down about that. Don't let anyone, like, say, just man up, or just be happy, or stuff like that. I mean, sometimes, if I'm completely honest, it is possible to fight some parts of mental illnesses by just swapping your mental image, by just, like, forcing you to do something that makes you happy. Not forcing yourself to be happy, but forcing yourself to, like, do something that makes you happy. Like, because sometimes you have, like, the problem that you don't want to do anything and you don't want to go out and meet people and stuff like that. But sometimes that's what you need. Even if it's just for the sake of getting a different perspective, or just, like, going out there and have, like, a social surrounding of people to have effect on you. Because in therapy, one of the, like, all of my therapists said that even if you are a complete introvert, you still need some amount of social contact in order to sustain your mental health. Like, it may be way less than extroverts need, and it may drain your energy to go out and meet people and stuff. But introverts may be just like, it's only the friends you need the closest, or your family, or whoever is closest to you. But you still need some amount of social contact in order to stay healthy. And again, I do not know how big the difference is, because for a long time I considered myself an introvert. How did you get the panda? Karas, how the frick did you get the panda? Either way, but I consider myself for a long time an introvert, and have been a long time an introvert, but I'm also I like to be outgoing. I forced myself to become outgoing, to like go to conventions, and when I see someone that interests me as like their cosplay or like their whatever, like or like a shopkeeper or whatever, I try to actually like start conversations and be open, like make contacts with them, because every single person in the world could by chance be my next best friend or a really interesting person or whatever. Like, every person is interesting in their own kind, but they could be even more interesting to me and stuff like that. And I don't want to miss that chance of meeting, for example, the next person I really like or really care about, or like learn something new from them that I never would have considered. Because everyone out there knows something that I do not know. And that goes for everyone. Everyone out there knows something you do not know. And I always want to learn those new experiences and things. Either way, I need to string the ghost hair thread along my door and my windows to keep out unwanted spirits. Do you get it for me? Yes. Nice message, Marthos. Oh, awesome. 15 years ago of tabletop role-playing with a DM that's a stickler for good acting. Yes, the good old role-playing nice to see. Sweet. What are you running? Okay. Delightful. This will do splendidly. Here, good Klinatu. Take this as payment for your honorable deed. Thank you. Zombie juice. That sounds disgusting. I need a bottle of a certain liquor. Zombie juice. Tavern keeps Smiths at the Scarlet Raven Tavern, and Darkshire should have some. And please hurry, Klinatu. These nights get cold, and I need that drink to put fire in my veins again. Yeah, but alcohol doesn't actually warm you. It actually lowers your body temperature, which gives you the feeling of getting warmed up.
Have a good one.
Like, that's a big misconception. Like at least from all the alcohols I know, like it does something to your vessels and veins, which causes them to cool out faster. And in that regard, your body produces a bit more heat in it to keep it on the same level. So yeah, you basically stay on the same level from heat, or even like get below the temperature that you should be, and it just feels warmer because your perception is lowered. So like for example, if you are in a really cold surrounding, drinking alcohol does not make you warm. Even if you feel like it's making you warm, it actually does not. It just makes you perceive stuff as warmer. And I think the alcohol in the drink has some kind of like sensor stimulation that you perceive as warmth, but it is actually not. Similar like when you have like eat something very spicy, that you feel like your mouth is heating up, which is a mixture of just like the pure chemicals fooling with your senses, mixed with more blood rushing through your veins, which actually gives you a warmer feeling. So I think if you want to get warm in a cold winter night or stuff like that, eating something spicy is a way better bet. Again with that wolf. Diego, follow me. Gildy just got Seal of Archmagus. Whoa. Amazing. I really need to level quicker. I'm missing all the fun. Soma, I feel, yeah. But I... Okay, why you aggroed on me now? That is not fair. But I always just have a few hours of the week to play WoW. Yeah, endgame gonna be fun, nice, right, so which route does he take home? Which route does who take home? Did I miss something? I'm in a Shadowrun and Paranoia campaign at the moment. To be honest, I kinda wish I had kids to spend. So Soma has a husband. That's interesting. Most of like on in RPGs or MMORPGs, you always like have that. It's not a stigma. It's more like I don't know. What is the word for it? It's like a conception that most female characters are played by males. I mean, it kind of still could be a male, and he still has a husband, but yeah. I can get some time in, but I'm in no hurry to get to 60. I tend to alt some and between work and what was also when I started here all those years ago. I agree, Soma. But hey, some good things have been bound to round up in your life by now. I mean, you have your own family. Something I'm still just wishing for. Yeah, but then all of us were probably young and without adult worries and little joys. Growing up was the sneakiest of life surprise. I like those people. Might even add them to my friends list after we've been in the dungeon. I will... Feskin. Oh, nice! I was just about to say I will play... until we go into the dungeon. I will stream until we finish the dungeon. The people of Darkshire thank you, Clanato. You have proven yourself to be a great ally to the Night Watch. The situation in Ravenhill is still grim. The safety of Darkshire is in your hands, Clanato. I don't have enough watchers to keep the town safe. We need you to dispatch for Ravenhill yet again and rid the Eastern Mausoleum of 20 plague spreaders. Raven Mausoleum, that's a lot. You will be able to choose, okay? Gunny sack of the Night Watch. Mine's been picked up. Slot bag. Ammo pouch. 11%? What is my current one? 10%. And 8 slot. That's 12. That's a lot more. But just 11% attack speed.
See you around.
I'm on my way now to was stuck in the graveyard.
You need something?
You need some zombie juice, do you? That's some strong stuff. I don't usually get requests for it. If you bring me some rot blossoms, then I can brew you up a patch of zombie juice. Rot blossoms grow in strange places. In particular, I hear you can find them inside the skulls of skeletal horrors and skeletal fiends. I already had to kill those. Not that I've gotten close enough to look. The Ravenhill Cemetery and Tranquil Gardens are both lousy with those skeletons. You may as well get rid of...
Be careful.
Okay. I'll just get teleported then. Nice. Great. Ah, nice. Welcome to Demonic Damage Inc. We will provide you with pain and suffering for a minor fee. The choice of who is in pain is, of course, entirely up to you. Please let us know if you would like to use our additional services like fell cookies or stones. Nice. Nice. Okay, let me just choose. Okay, now we go into the stockades. Oh, yeah, let me do that in the dungeon then. Don't know if I have all. Don't know if I have all. So, chair for. Ah, good. The color of blood. Bitter. Okay, I will read them later. Okay. Oh, wow. Those, they all have Duskwood. Red Ridge. One of them has Lieutenant Fangar as well. Right, let's go. Okay, we have one red quest with this, which is, interesting. What? Stockade Riots. Head of Basil Thread is red? What level is Basil Thread? But it's like the only red quest we have. I mean, back in the day, like back in Classic Day, they expected you to run a dungeon multiple times in order to get all your quests done. Because, like, you couldn't find, unless you knew where they were, you couldn't find all the quests at the start and do the quest. Because some of them were like on the other side, like some of them are like in Ironforge, I think, even, or stuff like that. In the some of them are multiple far away places, especially for the higher level dungeons. And I don't know if it is like that in Classic, or if it was like that or whatever. But I personally would design it like that, that the higher the level of the dungeon is, the more quests you get for that dungeon. That's how I would design a game, and I hope and wish that it's like that in World of Warcraft 2. But I have no proof that it is or is not that way. I just know that for the later dungeons in in later content on retail, it's usually just one quest per dungeon. Which is a little bit of a... oh well. I mean, sure, like, the way they design the storyline and the game... the played out storyline, like the gameplay of the storyline, or whatever you want to call it. The story gameplay, whatever. It makes sense that you have like one big quest that you can do, and yeah, but I would like to have like a couple of like side quests maybe that you find along the way that you can also do, or like maybe like a couple of big quests, like big storyline quests, like for example that when you did all the story before the dungeon, that you go into the, and then like, okay, now comes, like in the story, now comes the dungeon, now you have to go into the dungeon and defeat our enemies we have worked so until now to get to this place, so now you have to go in and whatever. That maybe you get a quest for each boss at the least, or like I don't know, fix this or stuff like that, and like some side quests, which you also have to complete in order to like end that part of the story. Maybe not like all the quests, like maybe like just 4 quests, like 1 for each boss maybe or stuff like that, that you need to fulfill in order to end the storyline. If you know what I mean? Like, again, each boss for a quest for like the climax of the story. But or at the very least, like 2 bosses for 1 quest, and like 2 bosses for another quest and stuff like that. So you actually have a reason to do like the entire dungeon and not just like work your way to the end boss and be like done with it. Like, oh, we're just here for the end boss anyway, so the rest of the dungeon is kind of like not important. So they have to, so Blizzard has to always find like a way to make the rest of the dungeon somewhat irrelevant by like locking off the end boss behind, like, you have to defeat that and that and that in order to get it, to get there. Like, for example, like the oh god, the King's Rest, I think it was, and or like the one in Zandalar, where you have to defeat that spider priestess, troll priestess who absorbed her spider loa. Like, you only had a quest to defeat her. And so they had to like make it that way that you have to actually defeat all the bosses prior in order to get to her, in order to make make you do all the do the entire dungeon and not just like go straight for the boss and back out again. Because that would be a bit too easy, a bit too gameplay meh like. So maybe what they should have done, in my opinion, is like give you, maybe even keep like that you need all bosses in order to get to the last one thing. Maybe keep that, but maybe also or make it that you have to kill all of the bosses because of, I don't know, like the golden boss that was on the Zandalari side, but against like the they were on, I don't know, that one golden boss was basically a misunderstanding boss. Like, they were against Zool and all of that, those people, but I think they were unaware that we were on their side. I don't know. So that boss maybe wouldn't have made any sense to have a quest for it. So yeah. Like, till this day, I don't know, like, story-wise, this like, because of the story behind of the boss, that boss should have been optional, I think. But I still like that they have so many bosses and mechanics and whatever. It's just, like, story-wise, it just doesn't make a lot of sense that the boss is still, like, required. Because you're basically helping your enemy with defeating that one. So why should you do that? But yeah, either way, you learn to love it when you learn the spell. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm not typing so much. I'm concentrated on not effing us over. Which is a task. Like, not fucking us over is a task as a hunter, because you always have to, like, keep in check where your pet is and in relation to the mobs. Okay, healer. Come on, I wanna... There you go. What level is our heal? 28, and Morlus is also 28. Marthos. And Feskin is 27. So we have a pretty okay level ratio. Oh, come on. Oh. I hate stairs in World of Warcraft as a hunter. Because, like, you need, like, the minimum range in order to be able to shoot. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, please don't die, healer. Please don't die. But yeah, you need the minimum amount of range. But on the stairs, you can't go back too far because then the stairs block your view. Oh, that's so frustrating sometimes. Man, you need to smoke after a pull like that. Toad? Do we? Does... Yeah, only doesn't have a show. Totems. Oh, no Shami. Yeah, I know. I was about, like, my first instinct was like, yeah, that's the kind of thing in Alliance. But then I realized it was probably just a joke. Like, satiric? No, what's the word? You know what I mean. It was a joke, basically. That's the baseline of it, so yeah. I think I dodged my Scorpion Sting. Oh no, I cannot attack you. That sucks. Ah, damn it. Either way. Level 25. Okay. Which one comes next? Improved Mend Pet. Gives the Mend Pet a spell, Mend Pet spell, a chance of cleansing curse magic from the pet each tick. Well, it just gives the chance, so it's not that good. Ferocity. Increase the critical strike chance of your pets. Yeah, I go with more damage. I mean, if it would, like, increase the amount I heal, then I would have gone for it. Like, even if it's just by 1% per, like, skill point invested, I would still, like, maybe if it's 1%, only 1% and not the extra chance to heal that, but maybe with less percent chance to heal a curse or poison effect or whatever. But, like, I don't know, like minus 5% on the chance of healing such an effect, but plus 1% more amount healed, then I would have gone for it. Because I kind of need that, but it's still not really, it's just like increasing the chance of healing in effect. And unless we are in longer like fights with like quest bosses on single player, or like in longer fights with against single or multiple mobs that I can take care of, I can't yeah, I have to melee those here now. But yeah, I'm making so little damage with my melee attacks. I should do way more damage with my melee attacks, I feel like. And my gun has like... My gun is pretty low for my level, isn't it? Now that I think about it. Level 14, yeah, it's like more than 10 levels below me. It was 10 levels below me before, but now it's more. So I might need a new gun soon. But either way, yeah. I could now, by now, read the quests, what comes around. Print to toggle the dread cloud. Okay, that's the orc, which already read basically. Crime punishment. Morbid fell. Crime punishable by death. Yet someone claims award as their prisoner. I don't know which quest they shared with me. I don't remember. I need to find the sweet spot of not being close enough.
To target something first.
I need to like in these like like close spaces. It's always like about finding the sweet spot of being far enough away from the enemies that you can shoot them, but close enough that you don't trigger anyone else. Quell the uprising. Quelled, I need assistance if word gets out that the prison overrun. Surgery is kill, okay. The color of blood, I think it was. Bitterness flows through my veins like a cold river. My grandson, Mac, was such... Okay, you thought I could loot there. Was such a good boy. A mere 14-year-old. When the army was sent off to the front, Mac took up arms to defend the city. He was a guard in the stockade.
I need a target.
Stockade where the Defiance gang is locked up. Mac reprimanded some of the prisoners for tearing their wool blankets to make scarves, a symbol of their gang. For that, Mac was stabbed in the back. I want revenge. Okay, that is that quest. But yeah, so this is basically like a lore tidbit that you get enlisted into the army pretty early, which is like normal for medieval standards. Like in World of Warcraft, you get enlisted into the army at some point around like the age of 14, when you are old enough to like start fighting adult people, when your body is developed enough like that, which starts with the age of 14-ish, 13, 14. Like when you end your training, you are bodily developed enough. I mean, with that. But yeah, that's because I was fighting with a friend of mine about like. No, they're too young. They're basically just green ears. They don't even know anything. They can't be. And I was like, no, it's actually usual that they started so early and get enlisted to like guard duty and stuff like that with the age of 15, 14, stuff like that. And like, so it is realistic that on the top of Mount Hyjal, they would like give even like 14-year-olds, etc., a sword to defend it against Archimonde in Warcraft 3. So it is realistic that our characters would be like 20 years old or stuff like that. 20, 18 year, like 20 years old and stuff like that and survived it. And he was like, no, we would have been way more experienced and heroes and whatever. And I was like, no, no. It's not even always a thing of luck. Sometimes you're just like, sometimes it's a mixture of like a little bit of luck, and you are one of the better half of the recruits, and stuff like that. Like, not all young recruits who are, yeah, not all young recruits that are like, oh, chest. Yeah, not all young recruits will instantly die when the demons attack. Like, some of them are good enough to hold their ground. Some of them work together well enough to hold their ground. Some of them have like a good position in the strategic army and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's not always unlogical that a 20-year-old is a war veteran.
May your generosity be
But it's
returned
not
to you
always pure luck
100-fold.
or pure skill. It's like what I would consider fate, because it's like a mixture out of luck, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, a little bit of strategy from your superiors, and a little bit of like everything. But it's not purely the one or the other. It can be one or the other, purely. Like, you can be a really good fighter for your age and survive almost purely upon that. But still. And yeah, I had like a long talk about with him about that. And it was like, yeah, but I mean, if you have like 100 14-year-olds fighting against an enemy, and you win, or at the very least, not everyone dies, you're bound to have some veterans of 15 years old a year later. And like, I can guarantee you, in such a desperate moment like defending the World Tree against Archimond, they definitely even gave like 12-year-olds a sword. Like, people who, like, they gave everyone a sword who was able to at least have the chance to take up the fight against the demons. Like, some 12-year-olds are pretty large and have like a pretty like good chance against like at least the weakest demons. And you need to use that opportunity, because that can make all the difference between the end of the battle. So, I mean, the real life history is full of moments like those where basically children got put into arms in order to increase the likelihood of winning. Because more soldiers... Oh, frick. Because more soldiers always means a slightly higher chance of winning. It's not always, like, it doesn't always guarantee you the win, but like in strategy, like there was like in World War II, like one of the strategies was actually we even put people into the fight we know who won't stand a chance, just because if they get killed, the enemy will have less bullets to kill those that have a higher chance of winning the war for them and stuff like that. Sorry about that. I think my low level pulled him. It's okay. We survived. Lost pulls every mob with him. Did we do the other side? Did we do the other side already? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, either way, that was a lore tidbit that I was thankful to read because I actually can screenshot it. I actually can screenshot that, so I have proof for him next time we talk about that.
That's still recharging.
Oh no. Now he will try to heal the pink Pandaren floating everywhere.
Can't cast that yet.
They said they got the healer stone, and now I was like, oh no, they will try to heal the heal the floating pink Pandaren everywhere. Yeah, I know. You probably caught on that already, but I wanted to say it in case you didn't. Oh boy. Oh.
That's still recharging.
I can dress up in a black and white furry suit, whatever it takes. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I need a target.
Corporal Feskin. Oh. Private Marthos. I kinda wish Blizzard would have kept the possibility to add last names to your characters. They had it in the beta testing or alpha testing, like when Leroy Jenkins played World of Warcraft, they still had that. They kind of got rid of it afterwards, for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it has like some coding and saving, like space saving issues, stuff like that. Because a space takes up as much data volume like 3 characters, because it's actual like not a ASCII symbol, a dash. It's like a code thing. So there are like 3 symbols in a code. 3 symbols that are code for dash. So when you do a dash, when you save a file, something like that, in like the codes, it's actually like 3 ASCII symbols and like I think like 3 bytes. So no, maybe more. But yeah, it's something about that. Something around those lines. My uncle recently explained it to me. Which is why I started naming my files like purely ASCII symbols. Just in order to like, because some programs and some like codes are unable to read anything that's not an ASCII symbol. Like, for example, if you have like Cyrillic or Chinese or Japanese characters in it, maybe sometimes even like dashes or other letters that are a bit more common, like H umlaut and stuff like that. A umlaut, A. No. Yeah, A. Like umlauts and stuff like that. So, an ASCII is basically A to Z and 0 to 9. As far as I'm aware. And also underscore. Underscore is also a single thing. So if you want to make like spaces between words, so you can differentiate easier from words, do underscore in like file names and stuff like that. That is easier for the programs and whatever to read most of the time, as far as I'm aware. Or I've been told. And it's also easier on your data space. Even by just a little, but still. Like, if you add it up by like a million files, it does make a difference. And I think like some symbols, like Cyrillic and Japanese characters or Chinese characters, are even like more complicated than other not ASCII symbols. Wow, I rolled it too. At least 7 would be my favorite lucky number. Favorite lucky number. Battle Smasher of the Monkey, 500 gold. 500 gold, sure. Everyone's just standing there. I can't use it. See what I have. Lint and flint and wool cloth. Those guys are funny. I'm gonna just say it now. You guys are funny. I like you a lot. There we go. I have the feeling like I'm shrinking or something because my microphone's just like slowly coming into view all the time. Nah, French cheese, not dwarven yak. To be honest, I would love to try like the dwarven cheese that, or like some of the foods that are not remakeable, basically in from World of Warcraft. Like there's a cookbook from World of Warcraft, and I had some things out of that, and they taste delicious. But like some things are like native, they're purely... Holy shit. I nailed that thing to the wall! Well, to the door, because there's a door next to me. Oh jeez, the nail fell out. Okay, that's bad. Oh no, it's still there. What? Oh my... Oh my god, it bended like slightly when I nailed it in because there was like a hard thing beneath it. I basically nailed it like only into like a hollow thing. And it bent. And then it ripped out. And it didn't even hold for like it hold like slightly longer than 2 hours. Oh my god, that is a...
I need to target something.
What am I else supposed to do? And now it's bent, now I can't use it again. And I don't want to put like a bazillion nails into my wall. I'm not allowed even. I mean, I will If when I move out and my landlord notices that, he will be upset. That's a straight up long lodged hole in there. Like, it's not bigger than like... It's not longer than like a fingernail width. Like, it's not longer than this. Basically. Mana 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 Batman. Maybe I just... What's normal, I think. At least for a BM. My pet has more... There you go. Yeah, I know how that feels. My tank has more HP than me too. Okay, either way. Yeah. At least the nail's not on the ground. It's not like a big, not an actual like building nail. It's like one of these small pins, actually. But that should have hold, or held, or whatever. Unless I just bend it like. Unless I just nailed it into like into the duct tape, but not actually in the door. But I made the door whole by hammering it into it. I don't know. Gotta investigate that. But after the dungeon, after I finish streaming, because now I'm gonna check if it's actually true. Oh god, my face cam. Be right back. Face cam died. Activate. Okay, better. Fix it. Okay, you can't see it in my World of Warcraft setup at least. But if I would have had like a butt cam, Fescan has a butt cam. That sounds like a different type of stream. I'm old school. Can chunk thermal paper out of my ass for fixing. Oh jeez. Oh god. Oh jeez. To mislead the enemy. Oh jeez. I actually I'm proud, actually set up my face cam so that it looks like my face is the char portrait. Pretty proud of that. We have like a bunch of defiers. Actually, somewhere.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay, Diego is hungry again. Not saturated enough.
Yet. That's still recharging.
Okay, I need one more. I need one freaking more. Yes! I think I got all the quests now. Complete. Yes! No, wait. Hand of Dextrin Ward. Dextrin Ward is over there, right? Okay. There. I need to buy more food. You can check it out if you wanna Blood Moon pictures on YouTube.
That spell isn't ready yet.
The logo is a red moon with horns and a black M with a sign.
Inventory
Okay.
is
Okie dokie. Yeah. No. But beware, I blabber a lot about random topics while I'm streaming. Stop hitting my hooker. Oh jeez. This war is dead already? Cool.
can't carry.
Oh yeah, what to get rid of the link chainmail? Oh help! Oh help! I can't. Ooh.
Charging.
I'm almost out of bullets, but we're done anyway soon, so yeah.
I don't have a target.
Whew. Okay, come on.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Swedish? No German. No, half German Brit living in Germany, actually. Man, I love Fear. Yep, Fear is great. Feels great. Yep, Fear is amazing. As long as it doesn't pull another group. Okay, they respawned. They respawned? Wait. What? They respawned already? Now I'm certain Blizz tweaked the respawn rate of mobs in Classic.
I need a target. That's still recharging.
Like, seriously. Usually, you are able to, like, go through the entire dungeon before they respawn. Even if you took, like, a little bit longer. But, like, unless you died a couple of times, they wouldn't have respawned by now. They wouldn't have respawned. Like, dying a couple times, which makes more time go past and stuff like that. Yeah. Either way.
That spell isn't ready yet.
That, sure. But even while leveling, I noticed that the respawn of the mobs felt a little fast, and it made some quests really more difficult.
I can't cast that yet.
But yeah, I am 100% certain now that they increased the respawn rate.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Because I remember in like Burning Crusade, like when I was leveling on normal classic, on like retail classic, so to say, back in the day. That we went like through the entire dungeon and even died like once or twice, and the mobs did not respawn. Yes, thanks a lot. Went really well. And because you were so funny and charming, mind if I add you in the char friends list? Thanks for letting me tag along, guys. Oh, let's do that. Okay, Hoden, okay, how did that work in Classic again? Hoden, Soma, add friend, and Marthos. I won't add the other one because I'm afraid they could have said no if they wanted. They could have said no. So pass opportunity. Marthos. Who? Feskin. Marthos. Marthos. Okay, I'll go off after I turned in these quests. See you another time. Oh, okay, the party's disbanded.
Greetings.
Okay. Quell the uprising. Your efforts in the stockades were violent, Klenatu. It's obvious this problem is bigger than the both of us. But you have performed well, and for that I am thankful. Complete quest. Either you bring me Thread's head, or I'll take yours, and understand, Klenatu? Well, you just said I was such a great help, and then... that's the time. Yeah. See ya. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend. So, you were so nice a few moments ago. Without Thread to lead them, hopefully the riots will be more controllable. We shall see. I must say, after a half hour, I hardly expected you to come out, but it seems I misjudged you. I'd guess then that you didn't get much useful information out of him. But I know a thing or two that might be of interest to you about Thread's activities. Interesting. And now we got the follow-up quest. The Curious Visitor. During the first years of Thread's imprisonment, he never had any visitors. I figured that he was no longer of use to the Brotherhood, so they abandoned him. Anyway, a few months ago, that all changed. He started to get irregular visits, once, maybe twice a week. It was a strange man, the quiet type. I had my suspicions, but all his papers checked out. His documents claimed his name was Malik. Malik. Here, his description. I don't think he'll become to visit Thread anymore. Shoot the student turn to Baron X and someone. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
And next time I will wrap up that quest line. Might be a bit difficult alone, because the end of the quest line has like a boss fight. A double boss fight even. But we'll see how it goes. Either way, I'm gonna sell some stuff and maybe turn in some more quests. Head of Targor, Head of Dixon Ward, Red Wool Bandana. So, will I Would I turn in all those quests right now? At least the bandana quest I can turn in right now.
Greetings.
Okay, I wanna... Come on, let's trade. Let's trade. Damn, I don't have much to sell, actually. Like, I kinda need the leather and the flash bundle and all of that stuff. Let's put the flash bundle over there, because that's a quest item. Yeah, I should, like, turn in all those quests. Yeah, let's turn in those... Oh, wait. I need to...
Well met.
I need to stock up on ammo. Wait, I can buy the solid shot now, which is freaking expensive. But more damage is more damage. It's a lot of more damage. Like, it's a noticeable amount of more damage. And if you're asking why I do it so slow, I want to make sure that I don't buy too much.
Light bless you.
Okay, now I get the red bandanas. I think that was in the Old Town district from that old lady. But yeah, after I turn in that quest, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours already. And then I think I'll go. And also, I'm sorry if you guys were chatting with me in chat and I didn't react. That is because I cannot see the chat while playing World of Warcraft, because I am forced to play on full screen, and sometimes the chat even bugs out and doesn't show me new messages. So for today at the very least, I might change it up in future ones, but for today,
Well met.
I decided to not check the chat. Okay, I see you are back, Hunter. Have you collected 10 red wool bandanas from those Defies scum the Stockades yet? Nikova Rascal, okay. So these bandanas, filthy tokens of corruption, are what my mech had to die for? Such a waste, such a tragic sacrifice. But alas, I cannot return to the past. Just know, Klanatu, that you have brought my family justice through your deeds. Complete quest.
Safe travels.
Nice. And I gained a fair amount of money. Hi there, Odin. Okay, I got rid of the bandanas, but the other two things I'll do at the start of the next time, which actually I have no idea when that will be, because before the next Friday comes up, the new patch for World of Warcraft comes out, for retail comes out, and I want to experience that and play that. So let's see how that goes. But for now, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, everyone who was watching, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some enjoyment out of this, or anything possible, anything positive from this, because yeah, that's what I'm doing this for you to get at the very least entertainment, and I hope you enjoyed. Either way, this is it for today. I don't know what else to say besides if you like this type of content, consider subscribing, it helps out. Consider liking the video if you enjoyed it, that lets me know that you enjoyed, and stuff like that. And write some comments if you like. Everything helps out, that helps the channel out. And yeah, like I said all of that, and for now I say that I sincerely love all of you guys. We'll see each other in the next video and the stream. Cheerio! bye-bye and cheerio. Who knows when you will see this incarnation of Clanato again. Bye! Hi, dwarf. Hi, human. Whoops, that is a whisper. Hi, human. Either way. Cheerio! Bye! I'm gonna stop the stream now before I get into a conversation with that human. Bye!